people. So let's go on to page 88, okay? Lesson 9. New content. Let's repeat. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves. A pat, to lick, to adapt, to ponder, to repair, to shave. Okay, guys. The words myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, themselves are what we call reflexive pronouns. Why reflexive? Because it's when we're talking about ourselves. When I am talking about me, I use the word myself. Okay? We're gonna have more explanations and more examples soon. Okay, a pat is like that, a pat. Okay, many people do that to praise, to compliment somebody, okay? To lick is what we do to lollipops and ice cream, to lick, okay? To put your tongue on something. To adapt is just like Portuguese. To ponder is also similar to Portuguese. The only thing is that we don't use this word very often in Portuguese. So to ponder means to think carefully about something, okay? To repair is a synonym for to fix something, okay? For example, if the chair is broken, okay, I can send it to be repaired, to be fixed. And to shave, guys, is to remove body hair, okay? For example, men normally shave every morning, okay? They remove their face hair. This is the verb to shave, okay? It's the same verb that we use for women when we remove the hair from our legs and other body parts, okay? Okay, new idiom, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. Is when you show, we use this expression to show approval, okay? To praise, to compliment somebody for something good that they have done, okay? Well done, okay? This is to give yourself a pat on the back. Actually, this is when you do it to yourself, okay? We are going to see some examples of this too. For example, if I work very hard one day and I decide to go out for dinner, I'm giving myself a pat on the back, okay? So, the reflexive pronouns, guy. Reflexive pronouns are words ending in self, singular, or selves in the plural, that are used when the subject and the object of the sentence are the same. For example, she believes in herself, okay? So she believes in herself, okay? She believes in her, okay? This is, we can say that in English. We have to use the reflexive pronoun. For example, when I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, okay, to brush my teeth in front of a mirror. So, if I look at the mirror, I am looking at myself, okay? So, reflexive pronouns can act as either objects or indirect objects. The English reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. They have other functions, okay guys? We are going to see that. Examples of sentences using the reflexive pronouns. My baby daughter likes to dress herself. I taught myself to play the piano. What does it mean? It means that I have learned to play the piano alone. Okay? My dog always licks itself. Dogs and cats do that all the time. They lick themselves to clean whatever is bothering them. When to use reflexive pronouns, guys? When the subject and the object refers to the same person or thing, okay? One example is the one in the mirror that I have told you, okay? If I look at the mirror, I am seeing myself. I cause the action, I am doing the action, okay? And I am suffering the action. So I am the subject and I am the object. Remember, the object suffers the action. The subject does the action. So I am doing the action, I am suffering the action. Reflexive. Okay? Some examples. He cut himself while he was making dinner. She bought a present for herself. We helped ourselves to the free drinks at the party. They injured themselves during the squash match. I enjoyed myself at the concert. We can also use these reflexive pronouns, guys, to emphasize things, okay? For example, the author signed the book for me herself. Or, I did it myself, I did it by my own, by myself, okay? This is to emphasize. She made the cake herself. She did it, okay? It's just emphasizing, okay? Number 3, in some cases, we use it to mean the same thing as also. Anna was very tired last night. I was a little tired myself. So I'm using it instead of also, instead of to. When not to use reflexive pronouns. There are a number of verbs in English with which we rarely or never use reflexive pronouns. They include adapt, complain, concentrate, get up, hide, lie down, meet, move, relax, remember, shave, shower, or sit down. For example, I was concentrated myself. We don't say that, okay? After a preposition of place or location, we use a personal pronoun and not a reflexive pronoun. He put the backpack next to him. He put the backpack next to him, okay? We are using a preposition of place, so we don't use himself. We use only him, okay? Reflexive pronouns with objects. We use verb plus reflexive pronoun plus object when we do something for ourselves, okay? She cooked herself a quiche. She cooked it and it was for her, not for anybody else, okay? We taught ourselves French. Nobody was teaching. We taught ourselves. We use verb plus object plus reflexive pronoun when we want to emphasize that another person did not do the action for help, okay? I repaired the tire myself. I am saying that nobody repaired it for me. I did it myself. They did the homework themselves. Nobody helped, okay? My brother spoke to his boss himself about the new vacancy. Number 3, by plus reflexive pronouns. We use the preposition by plus a reflexive pronoun when we are alone and not with another person. This is to emphasize that we did it alone, okay? For example, Jacob went to the party by himself. Or I could say Jason went to the party alone. Emma was sitting by herself. Emma was sitting alone. Okay? So guys, let's repeat. I watch TV by myself every night because my husband is working. Jane wrote a letter by herself and didn't need any help. They have cooked the pancakes themselves for many weeks now. She repaired her flat tire herself by the side of the road. He licked the ice cream and pondered if he would go the long way home. We need to adapt to the new routine at the gym. What can they do by themselves? Have you ever made lunch for an important person yourself? Very nice, guys. So, let's practice. Remember, I will read both question and answer. You pause the video and answer it before me, okay? Have you ever written a letter in English by yourself? Yes, I have written a letter in English by myself. What can toddlers do by themselves when they are 3 years old? When toddlers are 3 years old, they can take a shower by themselves or change clothes by themselves. Some other stuff. They can eat by themselves, okay? When you were 12 years old, could you make your dinner yourself? Yes, when I was 12 years old, I could make dinner myself. How long does it take for students to write a formal letter in English by themselves? It takes quite a long time for students to write a formal letter in English by themselves. Does Mr. Webb shave every day? Yes, Mr. Webb shaves every day. Do your classmates sometimes ponder about what they will do at the weekend during the lesson? Yes, my classmates sometimes ponder about what they will do at the weekend during the lesson. Is there anything your brother can cook himself? Yes, there's something my brother can cook himself. He can cook tacos. What do cats and dogs do to keep themselves clean? Cats and dogs lick themselves to keep clean. Did Andrew repair his car by himself last weekend? Yes, Andrew repaired his car by himself last weekend. Did you teach yourself to walk? No, I didn't teach myself to walk, but my parents taught me to walk. Does your mobile phone turn off by itself if its battery life is 0%? Yes, my mobile phone turns off by itself if its battery life is 0%. Does your dog know how to find its way home by itself? Yes, my dog knows how to find its way home by itself. Have you ever sung karaoke by yourself? No, I have never sung karaoke by myself. Who helped Lucas to paint his house? No one helped Lucas to paint his house. He painted it himself. What is a good piece of advice to give a parent? A good piece of advice to give a parent is to take some time to be by themselves. What can we say to someone who has achieved something by themselves? We can say, give yourself a pat on the back to someone who has achieved something by themselves. Is it correct to say, I learned myself English last year? No, it isn't correct to say I learned myself English last year, but it's correct to say I taught myself English last year. Will you give yourself a pat on the back when you finish this English course? Yes, I will give myself a pat on the back when I finish this English course. Do you sometimes sit and listen to music while pondering about your future? Yes, I sometimes sit and listen to music while pondering about my future. Who went to the cinema with Livia last Saturday? Nobody went to the cinema with Livia last Saturday. She went there by herself. She went there alone. Okay, guys, I hope it's clear. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. We have dictation 8 today, but I will record in a separate video so it's easier for you to follow. Okay? So, see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.